Hi everyone, welcome to the Blue Butterflies Garden. My name's Chrissy, otherwise known as the Blue Butterfly, and I'm finally up on YouTube. This is something that I've been thinking and talking about doing for a while now, and I'm so excited to finally be doing it. Where I wanted to start with everything is, as it's currently June, which is Pride Month, I wanted to go through explaining a bit about LGBTI+ and Pride. My next couple of videos are going to go through explaining about different gender identities and sexual orientations, and in this particular video I'm going to start off with just explaining a bit about Pride, where it originated and why it's so important. So let's start with the origin of Pride. In the early hours of the 28th of June 1969, the Stonewall Inn in New York City was raided by police. The Stonewall Inn was a gay bar where members of the LGBTI+ community could come, hang out, and mingle with other people similar to them, and just simply be themselves in a safe haven. However, at the time, things like being involved in gay acts or cross-dressing were illegal, and places such as pubs could get shut down for having LGBTI+ employees. It was not that unheard of for police to raid these types of places and arrest people of the LGBTI+ community for nothing more than literally just being who they were, as their very existence was considered to be illegal. But on this historic day in June 1969, the patrons started resisting arrest and fighting back. This led to what is now known as the Stonewall Riots and is the pivotal moment of what sparked the gay rights movement. 1 year later, in 1970, on the first anniversary of the Stonewall Riots, members of the community walked down the very street the Stonewall Inn is located on in support of basic human rights for the LGBTI+ community and protesting against the current laws and prosecution of LGBTI+ people. This walk has since been recognised as the first Pride Parade to ever take place. Over the next couple of years following on from this, the gay rights movement spread to other parts of the world, including where I am over here in Australia. And in the late 1970s, the rainbow pride flag was popularised as a symbol of the LGBTI+ community. The reason why Pride Month is so important is because it not only remembers, recognises, and honours the struggles that members of the LGBTI+ community have faced throughout history, such as being arrested, being beaten up and even murdered, being discriminated against to the point of being fired from their job, or not even being able to gain employment to begin with. But it also advocates for the current stigma and discrimination that is still prevalent even today to come to an end. Even still to this day, there are areas of the world where all of these struggles, including the legal issues, are still faced. And even in countries such as where I am in Australia, where same-sex marriage was legalised in 2017, and we have pieces of legislation such as the Anti-Discrimination Act, which protects people's basic human rights from being unfairly discriminated against on the grounds such as gender, sexuality, age, race, etc., whilst accessing services or education, gaining employment, etc. The stigma and attitudes are still around. This is evident in the fact that I personally actually had someone really close to me warn me just the other day about being careful what I put in these videos, including where I myself fit into the LGBTI+ community, as it may come back to bite me in the ass at some point in the future when trying to gain employment. But you know what? Hearing this honestly just made me want to do these videos even more so, as it just showed that even in an area of the world where I am, where LGBTI+ people are becoming more and more accepted, and we even have pieces of legislation backing us up, these kinds of attitudes and stigma still exist. So yeah, that's basically my recap on the origin of Pride Month and why it's still so important today. Stay tuned for my next couple of videos where I dive into LGBTI+ a bit more and explain some of the different gender identities and sexual orientations. Thanks guys, bye!